can you just start off by telling me why you wanted to do IBC?
Yeah, so actually, IBC, for my major, I'm studying parallel entrepreneurship. So there's actually a Bachelor of Science program at BYU, Idaho for parallel entrepreneurship. And IBC is actually a required course for that class, for that major. And so it's almost like an amazing mix of the arts with business and entrepreneurship in it. So that's also why I took IBC.
Gotcha. Okay, so when you took it, was it what you expected, or was it a bit surprising here and there?
So I had actually taken a few business courses. I had taken like the web design courses, different things like that. And I was expecting, IBC to be very hard and to be almost like Shark Tank. I was like, this is going to be intense. But as I joined it, I will tell you, I at this moment can't say that this was absolutely the best university course I have ever taken. And I'm actually a transfer student, so I started at Salt Lake Community College, and also one of the best schools I've ever gone to. I love my time there. And I got a double associate's there, one in fashion design and retail marketing, and then a second associate of science in technical apparel design. And so coming here to BYU-I, I was looking to do more business classes and like entrepreneurship classes, and I will say I learned everything that I was hoping to learn in IBC.
Wow, that's amazing. So you said it was the best class you've taken so far. Why was that?
I'll say, if I could define IBC, it's almost like a lab where students get to teach students. And it's nice because you come to it kind of like at the end of your degree. And some people take it earlier, on in their degree too. But it's really amazing because you get to really show and prove to yourself too, what did I actually learn during my time at the university, and can I apply this? So it turns like learning into applied learning. And you have like your teachers, but they really are like mentors. Like they give you room for agency. They allow you to freely choose what you want to do as a company. And then they give you tips and they help you with things too, but they really kind of just let you loose. It feels more like the workforce than it does like a class.
Huh. Wow. That's really cool. I've been told that it's pretty hands-on. With that, so sounds like, you got some guidance here and there from your instructors, and it was mainly the students who were running it. That sounds pretty challenging. What was the most challenging aspect of your experience with IBC?
I think the hardest thing is that no matter what business model you choose to run in IBC, you're going to face different challenges for your specific business, And so we decided to do a jewelry business. Ours was called Ella Rain Jewelry. And for us, it was amazing because we learned how to control stock and inventory and just getting all of our shipments out on time. And I think one of the hardest things too was facing IBC during COVID, and we couldn't actually go on campus. So our IBC company was actually the first fully remote online jewelry company ever in IBC. And so we didn't actually run a booth on campus like all the other companies. All of the students in our class were remote. And so it was really cool to test that, yeah, it is possible. The only thing is it required a lot more meetings. We were meeting from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. every day. We had one meeting, we're with marketing team, then we go with finance team, and we just had constant meetings every day and then working on shipments. And for me personally, I was a jewelry designer. And so after I did the analytical stuff of running the business, I had to go and do the creative stuff of actually creating the product after class. And so it was intense, I will say.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Wow, so many meetings. So what were your main approaches to advertising and just getting your product out there without being able to have booths in person? How did you go about that?
So we mainly, at first, we really had to test. And so at first we actually did a lot of networking, and we were working with influencers on Instagram. So I've been running my own fashion design business for probably a year and a half after I graduated from the Salt Lake Fashion Institute at SLIC. And so I had a few friends that I could network with, and then some of our other teammates had amazing connections too. Just, it's great to see how students are good at networking. Like in our class, it was great to just kind of bring our network together and work with what we had. But then when we realistically saw like our financials, looking at our numbers, we wanted to really say, okay, are we focusing on what's just bringing traffic, or are we focusing on what's actually bringing a return on investment? And so with the nature of IBC, the one challenge we had during our time there this last semester was we had to have all of our customers check out through the university's website. So they'd come to our website, and then they'd have to like get bounced over to the university site to check out. And so in that process, you know, you can lose traffic. And so what we found was most effective is what we called network marketing. We actually started like just reaching out to friends and family and friends of friends and telling them like, hey, look, I'm doing this. It's an amazing program. We are selling jewelry, and this is like my business. And so I'd love if you could like come and check out what we have. And then people started ordering multiple items because we ran a lot of promotions, like buy one, get one half off, things like that. The last thing that we did too is we did get into expos, so like bridal expos and like farmers markets, things like that. So we were able to physically sell at those events too. So, and then get like custom orders.
Wow, that's awesome. How cool. You got to like go and like get in front of people and like in the community.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
It was fun.
That is awesome. And then I'm also curious, you mentioned that you guys would work with influencers. Mm-hmm. How did that like how did you go about doing that, and like who were the influencers? And yeah, I'm just curious how that went.
Yeah, so one of the main influencers that we worked with, her name is Healthy Bella. She's on TikTok and Instagram, and she has like over like I think like 1.1 million, or probably a lot more than that, like 1.2 million followers on TikTok, and then also on Instagram she had a pretty big following. And so I was just really good friends with her for a long time, and we loved working together. And so she did some reels for us and TikTok videos. And then we also worked with a wedding store in Utah, and they have like high-end dresses. Their name's Versace Atelier. And so they were awesome and just kind of, you know, they helped us. And another page too was the Church of Jesus Christ. I think it's like temples. And so that was owned by one of our company teammates. His name's Cody Knowles. And he did giveaways on there too. And so the giveaways brought a lot of traffic to our pages. And so we didn't really do a model of just, you know, looking for random people and chasing them. Instead, we did those giveaways and also did, you know, influencer marketing with people that had a following of like young adult women, things like that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was great.
Wow, that's really cool. Sounds like you guys were really able to get the word out. That's impressive.
Thank you. Oh, actually, we got featured on a London fashion designer's Facebook, Instagram feed too, because she worked with the wedding store we were working with, and she also put her on her feed. Her name's Eliza Jane Howell. So that was really cool for us. It really motivated us as a company.
Yeah, I bet. That is so cool. Wow. What I'm impressed about IBC is that it like, you know, it's not just like a practice run through the school, but it's like real, you know? And I was told that quite a few of the companies have been able to, you know, get acquired by outside sources and been able to, you know, continue to grow after the semester ends. So it's really impressive, like the program that BYU Idaho has. And
it really is.
Yeah. What would you say are some of the skills that you've gained that have been, I don't know, the best, or that have like that you're most grateful for from IBC?
I would say that I came to this university having still like a slight fear of just running an actual business, like, you know, like paying the taxes, like making sure I do things legally and correctly. And I will tell you, IBC took away that fear 100%, probably 110%, because I actually, like you said, that many of the businesses were acquired. I actually did end up buying Ella Rain Jewelry, so now I'm the new owner. And as of last Wednesday, I had registered the company now as an LLC, and it just got activated as an LLC, so now it's an official LLC in the state of Utah. And so it's awesome because I no longer fear. I just feel like I can go forward. And one of the things that took away my fear mainly was actually the finance rotation in IBC. Like, I hadn't come from a huge background of taking a ton of accounting classes or things like that, but I had experience in like Excel and like different things like that. And so just coming in, the way that we were trained and the way that like, you know, we were able to just each have a turn into finance rotation, I was afraid. I was like, I'm not a finance person. But after I took that, I was like, yes, I am a finance person. And actually, this is probably the rotation I most loved. So,
wow. That's awesome. So, and what did you say was the type of business that it is now? Did you say LOC?
Yeah, it's an LLC. Uh-huh.
Okay, and what does that mean?
So it's a limited liability company. So basically, it's great because the company is basically like its own person. So it's its own entity, and that means that it separates it from me. And so, like, if something like were to go wrong with my company or something like that, then my personal like things that I have aren't in danger. And so it's been great. I've also been working with like business consultants from like the university here at BYUI, and also from Utah and like the states, like the young like small business programs. So it's been really good.
That is so great. How cool. Wow. Well, thank you so much for shedding some more light. This is definitely an impressive program. Is there anything else that you'd like to share for people who are curious about IBC?
I would say it's the best investment of your time. It's a hard class, but it's so worth it. Like, you do still have to do finals. Like, we did a finance final, and I had to, like, memorize an entire income statement and, like, an entire balance sheet. But I will tell you that was so helpful. So if you have a chance or if you decide to minor in business, absolutely take the IBC courses. I think it's what helps you learn how to run your own business instead of always having the mindset of I'm going to run someone else's business or just have a desk in someone else's business.
Gotcha. Yeah, sounds like it's very empowering.
Yeah.
How cool. Well, thank you so much. You've been very helpful, and I really appreciate you taking the time.